Welcome to Road to Billions podcast, the mentality of an entrepreneur. With your host, Moise Bertrand.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your host, Moise Bertrand, the Road to Billions podcast. It's been an amazing journey, you guys, and I just recently dropped the episode where I talked about my rehab. Go check it out for real estate. For everybody interested in real estate, I will highly recommend go check out that episode because, that was a renovation that it took a lot of energy for me. But I'm making this episode right after it. It's 2:30 a.m. as we speak. So I'm just staying on the studio podcast pretty much all night, and I'm just going to record a little bit, but I just want to drop these 2 episodes just to give it to you guys. And this episode is pretty much just saying you don't have to be seen. You don't have to be seen to get the credit. And what do I mean by that? I have conversations, sometimes with people who are doing really big things, and their misconception is they think that fell off. They think I fell off. And I tell people, you don't have to validate what you're doing right now to others if they don't see it. They don't need to see it. Okay? They think I didn't get no new whip. They don't think I didn't get money. I'm like, you should just let people think what they think. Let's not change no one's mind about you. Let them see the results. Let's not talk about it. And people will constantly belittle themselves to make themselves feel superior to others, when in reality, others may look up to you. You're belittling yourself saying, you know what, I'm going to go harder, bro, because he don't got nothing better than me. Like, what you mean he better than me? Like, there's a certain level of understanding, and females as well, women as well. She's not better than me. She thinks she all that. Of you comparing yourself to someone else. You listening to what other people's opinion have to say about you and letting your life reflect that and letting you get yourself out of character. As a business-minded person, as an individual who deals with a lot of different characters, I have to be very much nonchalant, if that makes sense, because I can't really take his feelings and dwell on mine. I can't take her feelings and dwell on mine. I can take his. So I'm dealing with, let's just say, 60 people, right? And I'm taking all these different feelings, and I'm going to be fucked up. You get me? So what I mean is you don't want no one also to just mess up your motion of what you got going on. Your fluidity, your equilibrium in your life, because you want yourself to be in control of everything that's around you, right? Well, not everything that's around you. You want to be in control of yourself, but you don't want nothing else outside of you to control you, So if you don't want the outside to control you, external factors to interrupt you, you want to be internally solid, So in order to do that, you gotta pretty much project yourself from external factors. So what I mean by that is, if you're doing really great things, you no longer have to tell social media, hey, post this, post that, and I'm doing this, I made this amount of money. Now, it's a double sword edge to this, because I was speaking to someone else about this, and they're doing really great things, and one of my partners, he's doing really great numbers in one of his businesses, and he wants to start off into teaching people, right? But he has a way of not really telling people what he do, because he has a fear of people messing up his sauce and his success, which we all have fear of, right? But I also spoke to another friend of mine who is an older gentleman, and he kind of gave me the rundown about this. Who gives a fuck? No one's gonna mess with you, man, and no one can mess up what God has for you. Like, at the end of the day, like, bro, it's right there. You could just post because you're being an inspiration to people, bro. You're not being a show off. You're not being no one. You're just being humbled as you are. And I had that same conversation with him, and I told him the same thing someone told me. You don't have to feel like you're being a show off. Whoever feels jealous of you just feels jealous of you because that's their issue with you. And if you feel like you don't want to post, then you just don't have to be a posting person. But just know, in order to grow your business, in order to get others to know you have a business, you have to eventually post content. And, he just was like, appreciate it, man. That was a good conversation, because we all are fear of other people's opinions of us. Obviously, we don't want people to say bad things about us. We really want people to have a good connotation and feedback about us if we all want to be 100. But we really can't give a fuck. You really can't give a fuck about what other people think about you, especially being someone who works for themselves, because you have to respect everybody. You have to take account. but you can't take everybody's feelings inside you and harbor it. You get me? Don't take things personal. That's the exact saying right there. Just be nonchalant, chess, whatever. Don't care. Bam. I just gave you guys the answer to that. So if you're doing good things, work with other people who are doing great things, because it doesn't seem like you're showing off at that point. Now it seems like everybody's sharing their success and bringing things to the table to talk about. If you feel like you're actually being a show off and you feel like someone is telling you, hey, listen, you need to chill a little bit, it depends on what type of show off are you talking about, because at the end of the day, you're controlling you. So if someone feels intimidated or quote unquote embarrassed by your behavior, let that not affect you about how you celebrate your success. Not everybody celebrates the ways they want to celebrate. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, if I show money. Now, if I'm telling you guys, hey, listen, showing money is a different thing. That's a whole different energy you're putting out. If you want to post and show money, I'm saying physical money and stuff. I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about like showing money. That's a different type of marketing, but also you want to be careful with that as well, because people nowadays are they're just very cruel about how they go with certain things, how they stalk your page, they try to meet you, they say you post loads of cash, and now you become a target. I'm not wishing bad on anybody, but I'm saying there is a way to do certain marketing things in this world and social media nowadays, especially dealing with so many different energies and strangers on a daily basis. Let's not forget we're all in proximity of each other. We're all 6 degrees, 6 connections away from someone that we know. So that we could know on social media, that we want to know, 6 people away. So be very careful about that as well. But overall, man, like I said, you don't have to do things because other people are doing it. If you feel like you want to go take something else and take this route in your life, and it may not be the most normal way to go about it, it's okay, because not everybody's going to understand your vision. Not everybody's going to understand your creativity and independence. If you listen to everybody, you may not be the person you're meant to be. You get me? And you just have to understand you don't have to show that off. You don't have to show off the scholarship that you got. You don't have to show off the amount of money you just got from a job, pay raise. You don't have to show off your salary. You don't have to tell people what type of car you're driving. You don't got to tell people what type of house you just bought. You could do things subtly, that people obviously know you got things. If you got a new car, you post a dashboard. That's not showing off. You get me? That's just posting a dashboard. You just posting your car now because it's a nice, beautiful car. You don't have to show the house off, but you posting inside the house. They see the big house. You don't got to tell people how much money you make, but they see they do the lifestyle. You get me? You guys, do you see how you go around things and you just make people think, but they don't know? So they assume. And once assumption becomes a part of everybody's curiosity, they start creating folk tales around you. And you rather just hear good and bad news rather than straight bad news. Even though all marketing is good marketing, I'd rather hear conspiracies. Is he or is she, or is he rich or is she rich, or did she make it out, or did he make it out, and did he buy a new car, or did she buy a new car? Like, you want people to have those type of thoughts about you, not really know, and I like that. I like to be very private, as my friends would say, secretive. But I just feel like I should just keep a lot of things harbored to myself, because sometimes not everything needs to be spoken about, not everything needs to be publicly displayed, and not everything needs to be shared, to be honest. And I don't really care about what people think sometimes, because people have a bad attachment to wanting to know everything about your life. And once they don't, they feel like you kind of blocked them out and outcasted them when you were once telling them things and it was always updated. But they never really helped you in your life. They never really helped you elevate yourself to new levels of success. And if anything, they never had a solution to your problems. And I like for everybody around me to be an asset and to be of value to me, just as if I'm one to them. You get me? So I don't like to keep things into I don't like to let things stay too stagnant. Like, if I know I haven't posted on Instagram too much, I'm going to post just to keep my viewers and engagement going up, because I know I have a business to run and page to run at the end of the day. And I know I have to post about certain accomplishments, not because I like telling people, because if you know me, I don't really like telling people where I be headed. I don't really like telling people where I fly. I don't really like telling people where I'm going next. Only my family knows. And the reason I say that is because I just always been that type of person to really move. I see my mom move like that. She never really moved like how you would expect somebody to move. You get me? She moved and she like real solid, like real G, like lasagna. You can't even hear it. You get me? So it's always that type of movement that I always admired in her, and I always took that into account with myself. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing. I kind of went into business, but I kind of broke out my shell a little bit. Like I said, I had a conversation with other people, and they said this post content, man. This post, it doesn't matter. Just post your stuff because people out there are looking for people like you to work with and to just be a inspiration from. And that's why I tell you guys all the time: if you have a business that you just started, don't let nobody fool you out your position saying, bro, you don't need to tell nobody about what you got going on right now. Like, no, like post, you feel me? But don't tell people you're starting a business. Don't tell people you're in the works of getting, like, this. Wait until everything's done, then you post. You get me? Because not everything needs to be showed off. You get me? And everybody not needs to know everything. But when it comes to the time to post, then it comes the right time to post. And don't let nobody trick you and bribe you out how you should be posting and what you should do. Because at the end of the day, if you're constantly posting, you're gonna receive feedback from people, right? And they're gonna tell you along the way what things you should change. You get me? So just take all those things, internalize them, the notes, and take those changes into your business. So at the end of the day, like I said, you don't need to let people know what you're doing. Social media doesn't need to know. It doesn't need to be publicly displayed. But there will come a time, you guys, when you have to start putting yourself out there if you own a business. You get me? But if you are someone who works, like I said, and want to keep yourself a private life, then social media shouldn't even be knowing about what you should be doing unless it's something you want to share. Don't give people opportunity to attack things, you get me, that you don't want to be attacked. If you don't want no one coming for your spouse, don't post, don't tag them. You get me? It's very rocket science, but people don't understand, like, rocket science isn't too, you guys, you know what I mean? I'm rubbing my hands because a lot of people, that may just go over your head. Don't be the person who goes against the grain. People aren't, sadly, your friend. Not everybody's your friend. Not everybody want to see you progress in life. Yes, we know that. But let's not give people an opportunity to just give ourselves an open way into our lives. Like I said, if you made 100 million, people shouldn't even know you made shit. They should just see the lifestyle change, so forth, so forth. So once again, man, keep chasing your dreams. I appreciate every last one of you for listening to Road to Billions podcast. It's been an amazing journey. If you guys haven't already, make sure you listen to all the latest episodes, rate and review. I appreciate everybody who's been leaving the feedback and DM me and letting me know how things been going on in their life and the lessons they've been learning and stuff in entrepreneurship. And for all my new business owners, I want to say congratulations into the next step, and it's achieving that wealth and freedom that you guys will achieve. Like I said, at the end of the day, I want you guys to be the best of the best and continue to put your foot out there. People on neck, people who didn't have no belief in you, make sure you keep chasing your dreams and make sure everything that you wished about becomes a reality. So then when they look at you, they just in disbelief because you were just anointed. You get me? So like I said, once again, it's been an amazing journey. Roll the Billions. I'm out.